What is up, everyone, and welcome back to more Attack on Titan Season 3. I am here with my reaction to episode 21. Now, between the last episode that day and this one here today, I have sat down and I have read so much lore about what we found out in that episode. Because there was a lot, okay? I know I said that I wanted answers, but I was not prepared for a lot of the information that I got in regards to the bigger picture of this world, to the different places, to the First Lady who actually got the power of the Titans. I think her name was Emir, and they say that she offered something up to the devil and then got the power of the Titan. When she died, it then split into 9, if that's right. And then after that, the power struggle kind of began. But there is so much information and it's so important. So I have this amazing website that I think I've mentioned it before. I use it for Sword Art as well, where it kind of just breaks down everything spoiler free just from like that one specific episode. And I found that it really helped me because even though I was watching the episode, I was finding myself being like, what? Okay, that means that Eren has a very nasty brother, stepbrother, kind of. We are now going to have to take out even more people so that we can stop all of this. Because this has to end eventually. It cannot carry on like this. It just can't. So only 2 more episodes to go, and then I'm caught up and we're starting season 4, which is very, very exciting. But don't forget, if you want to watch the Patreon style version of this video, to head on over to my website, suzylu.co.uk, and become a VIP member. But if you are watching this on YouTube, just remember to hit that subscribe button. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
He squeezed the soldiers' lives out as if he were juicing fruit. And then he cast the scraps into the sea.
Most of them deserve it, let's be honest.
I suppose I ought to explain what the sea is. It's an enormous body of salt water that covers 70% of our world's surface.
Oh, I really hope that Armin's actually gonna see the sea. I guess sometimes you forget because you just always assume that even in these shows that they have things that are in the real world, you know, like seas. But them putting so much emphasis on the fact that the sea is a thing, yeah, it's strange to me, I guess. But I do understand it in the concept of the world.
Yes, my name's Eren Kruger. As you just observed, I have the power of one of the 9 Titans, which proves that I'm a subject of Ymir, just like you.
You got into public security by pretending to be a Marleyan? But what about the blood tests?
With the help of a doctor, they were quite easy to pass.
I have no excuses. I was a bad husband, a worthless father, and an imbecilic man.
I'm not sure if you're a worthless father, but I do think you shouldn't have pushed Zeke like you did.
Tell me why! Why did you save only me?
Let go. You're just making your hands worse.
I'm grateful for your concern, but I didn't notice much before, when you were cutting off my fingers. So, why didn't you transform into a Titan earlier? If you'd made your move sooner, they'd be fine right now. What was the point of waiting for them to be turned into monsters?
What was the point, actually? I don't get it. If she was that important, she could have helped.
I've created countless Titans, from men, women, and children. All the while telling myself it was for Eldia. I'm sorry, Grisha. Time is short. I'm entrusting you with this last task. There's no one else I can trust to see it through.
My God, after all this time, it does turn out that Eren's dad is the one who's in the right. It just...
The branch of the royal family that stayed behind started a revolution, and my father was a staunch supporter. It failed. Not only did they accomplish nothing, all of them were burnt alive. I was still young. I couldn't help. I just peeked through the closet door and watched.
I can't get over how disgusting this world is. I was not expecting this at all.
I want you to make your way into the walls and take the Founding Titan by force. After you've inherited my Titan, that is.
You want me to... what? But I...
You'll have to eat me alive as a Titan. That's also how you'll steal the Founding Titan from the royal family.
But why don't you do it?
Anyone who inherits the power of one of the 9 will perish 13 years later. And that's how long it's been for me.
So he's all out of time, so he had to pass it on.
So I have 13 years to live. And you? I've only got 8 left. Not even.
No. You're wrong. There's been a mistake.
It doesn't surprise me that Mikasa would find it the hardest to digest.
There's not a subject of Ymir alive who isn't connected to the coordinate.
Speaking of Ymir, who do you think she really was?
To the Marleyan state, she's the devil's pawn. But to the Eldian Empire, she was a miracle of God. The sole truth of this world I've found is that there is no truth. Any one of us can become a god or a devil. All it takes is for people to believe it.
I mean, it all comes from a place of perception at the end of the day.
The enemy would have forced Dinah to bear their children for the rest of her miserable life. Would that have been better? I didn't save our comrades because they couldn't reach the walls alive. Only one of the 9 can make it past all those mindless titans. I've done my duty. Now do yours.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm fit for the job.
You're going to do it.
I was gonna say, listen, I don't think you've got much of a choice. He just saved you out of everybody there. It has to be you.
You asked me if watching that was interesting. Well, that's not the word I'd have used. Each moment I spent listening to his screams was unbearable. I didn't know what I was doing. If I had realized that this was the price of freedom, I wouldn't have paid.
So this explains how he ended up being found with no memories but knew that he was into medicine. So he's going to become a Titan right now and make his way to the walls.
If you hadn't taken your sister's hand and run past the gate that day, you would have ended up running your father's clinic. And your sister might be married by now.
Oh, don't tell him that, because then he's going to have even more regrets wishing that that's how it went down.
We've known that we'd have to keep fighting, to pay for our sins, even in death, even after. You chose to start this story.
I mean, all he wanted to do was have a day with his sister. And that's the thing, nobody knows where their choices are going to lead them. But he never figured it was going to be like this.
This Titan's marched in the vanguard. It has ever pushed forward, seeking freedom. And for freedom's sake, it fights. Therefore,
It's called the Attack Titan.
Okay, so it all makes sense, and I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy.
That's what you just did, remember?
No?
Huh? Come on! He did! Am I the only one who saw him?
No, but I think he was just...
Just what? Who the hell were you talking to?
No one. It's nothing.
You said the name of your Titan, right? Are you practicing ways to introduce him, or...?
Let it go, Hanji.
Come on, Hanji is the one that always has to ask a million questions. That's why she's so good.
If we keep the brave heroes who toppled the armored and colossal Titans jailed, it kinda sends a bad message, you know? Plus, you were only defying the morons who had the beast and armored Titans at their mercy, but let them get away.
That isn't true.
Wow, why does Mikasa look so bad?
You look well enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's go.
I suppose Eren does heal a lot faster, but poor Mikasa.
Her Majesty has come to trust.
Like, is Mikasa sick or something?
To my dear Historia. As I write this, Rhina's standing at my side. He knows this is a love letter, but he's still sneaking peeks. Honestly, it's no wonder the creep's still single. That said, he did give me his word that he'd deliver this letter to you. He says he owes me for the time I doubled back to save him. I'm going to die soon, but I'll die without regrets. Or that's what I'd like to say. Truth is, I do have one. It's that I never got to marry you. With love, Ymir.
I mean, I understand that she loved her, but I never saw it as sexual.
These paths are countless. They reach far and in many directions, but they all meet at one coordinate. The Founding Titan.
Wait, when was that?
Could there be a secret message that no one can see except you? Some kind of code?
I don't know. Idiot. What's with her? So ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. She knows that she's dying and she's hurting. Yeah, I never saw it as like a relationship. I just thought it was like two girls as like best mates. Definitely misread that one.
It's good to see that you're still acting like yourselves.
Well, that might just be that it hasn't sunk in for us yet.
Why don't we get the ball rolling?
Yay, Sasha! I'm really happy Sasha's okay.
The only people who know these books exist are those who are in this room now. These texts were obtained through the efforts of the 9 scouts before us and the 199 others who were lost.
We have retaken Walmaria and seized control of the Colossal Titan with all its fearsome strength. That said, we humans living inside the walls have just learned how precarious our situation is. I'd be relieved if Titans were the only monsters we had for enemies.
If Marley takes hold of the Founding Titan, the Eldian race will be finished.
But if they try, the King in the Walls will stop them.
The King in the Walls won't fight. Huh? If Eldia is driven to sin once again, it shall perish, as is meant to be.
But what about the Titans he threatened to send out from the walls? It was the last warning he gave.
Those words were simply meant to deter an attack. They afforded him a brief time of peace.
So that's why they had that little moment of peace, and that's why it's all kicked off again.
Surrounded by fools of his making, he tells them they're in paradise. A king that can't protect his people is no king. You must find that coward and strip him of the Founding Titan's power. That's the mission I'm entrusting to you.
And listen, that's what he did, and now Eren has it.
Pass the Founding Titan on to his son, Eren. The Founding Titan's full might can only be brought to bear when the power is possessed by someone of royal blood. However, when a royal comes to possess the Founding Titan, they're overpowered by their ancestors' will, and they continue down the path he set before them. Eren has commanded pure Titans once in the past to escape from a dire situation. So despite his lack of royal blood, it's at least conditionally possible for Eren to wield that power too.
That's right. If only for an instant, it felt like everything connected.
That's so crazy though that in that scene, he's fighting against his dad's ex-wife. Ah!
The last that stayed. My name's Dinah Fritz.
There's no way!
You scared me. What is it? What's wrong?
Oh, I just... Actually, it's nothing. Huh? Sorry for interrupting, Command.
No, but it is kind of something.
It would appear that Jaeger here is going through an awkward phase. He speaks out of turn and often makes a nuisance of himself.
Ah, I see. That's rather unfortunate. But he is at the...
I don't think that's what Hanji wanted to say, but okay.
I can't talk about it here. If someone with royal blood is turned into a Titan, then it might be possible for me to use the Founding Titan's powers while touching them. Who knows? It might not work at all. But if the military knew it was a possibility...
They would do it. I think Historia needs to be turned anyway. just because I think that there's more options with her.
Love someone in those walls. If you can't do that, it'll only repeat itself. This cruel history, these foolish mistakes, they'll repeat. You have to see this through. Complete your mission and save Mikasa and Armin.
Mikasa? Armin? Who are they?
I don't know. They aren't from my memories.
What? So who's... What? Oh, I hate this so much. I hate it. Like, it always does that. Like, it always says something that makes you question something else, and you always think you understand something, and then it throws something else. Oh, come on. Oh, I can't with this freaking show. Do you know that? I felt like it was so much easier back when it was Titans bad, people good. And now it's so bloody confusing. I'm done for the day. I'm done because my brain is fried. I am chicken fried right about now. I quite like Erin's plan though of touching Historia. Maybe, even better yet, probably not, but maybe Erin should just marry Historia and then he becomes royal family? Does that work? Maybe that could be an idea, but I don't know. I'm not ready for season 4 just yet. I don't like the fact that I've caught up this fast, and I think there's only 9 episodes for the English just now. So that means that I'm going to be caught up in the next 2 weeks, and I'm like, because I've been binging this. Like, see, by the time that this video goes live, I've only posted episode 3 on YouTube. That's how far ahead I am with this show. And yeah, I'm going to be caught up before I even finish season 3. It's really sad. But it's fine. It's fine. So the next episode will be the season finale. I'm quite excited to see where it goes. All of this information is just crazy. I'm going back to my little guide so I can get more information, a better understanding of everything. And I will catch you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.